Hello everyone, this is Jack from Trio Talk, and this is sort of, I don't know what it is, a warning, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. So on this channel we've uploaded quite a bit of Overwatch and a lot of the edited videos of just the best moments, the best banter, whatever. Features a lot of Overwatch, and that's because I played a lot of Overwatch for the first 9 months to a year of the game being out. I don't know how long it's been out now, but ever since, I'd say a little bit before the anniversary event, I stopped liking Overwatch. I started taking it, and this is a downfall I have as a person anyway. I take things too seriously. Things that aren't real I take too seriously. So it was inevitable that I take a competitive game like Overwatch too seriously. It was inevitable that I did that. So I've sort of I half quit. I definitely quit for about a month straight. I didn't play it, thinking I'll have a break. And this has happened before with many other games. I've played it non-stop for a long time, and then I'm like, right, that's it, and I quit and I don't play it for about 3 months, and then I can go back to it, enjoying it again. That's not the case with Overwatch, and I think it's down to three things, and one of them is that it's destroying my soul. So to expand on that, I've in short, I've gone through quite the spiritual journey from 2 years ago to now, where 2 years ago I could have accepted myself being angry and screaming at the top of my lungs how much I hate video games and whatever, and I still do that, for as much as I try not to. But I can't accept that as something that I should be doing anymore. It feels wrong, and it doesn't feel like me. And playing Overwatch, and there's going to be a video coming out eventually of just me losing all of my marbles at Overwatch, and I'm not proud of it anymore. But I was never proud of it anyway, but it was not a contentious point in my own head. But now it's become this ugly side of me that I'm no longer happy to have. I want to take steps towards getting rid of this toxic part of me. And I think a lot of people have that part of them inside. And I don't know a game that's ever brought that toxicity out in a person better than Overwatch has. And I don't quite know how it does it. There's a special sort of design philosophy behind that game to do it to people, because I don't know any other game that's made me this angry. I've seen the FIFA series make people angry, but it's usually anger at the game, the AI, that sort of thing. It's very rarely in FIFA you getting angry at the opponent, because typically the opponent has got that goal because you perceive the game to have given it to them. No, Overwatch is different. Overwatch, when people get angry, they don't look inward. And so let me rephrase that, because I'm going to take direct responsibility for this. When I get angry at Overwatch, I don't look inward. I don't look at myself and think maybe you're taking this too seriously. I don't look at myself and think maybe you're just not very good. Maybe it's your fault. I don't think those things. I can't even think positively and be like, oh, it's just a bad game. Just, do the next one. It'll be fine. I can't even do that. What I do instead is I blame the people I'm playing with, whether they be my friend or randoms. I'm saying me, and I know it's true of me, but I sure as hell know it's true of most other people I've seen play this game too. If you watch most people stream this game, when they get mad, they're not getting mad at themselves. They're not getting mad all that often at they're getting mad at either the people in the game, as in the humans that are on the other side of the keyboard and mouse, or the game design itself. So that's point one, and let that serve as a warning. If you feel yourself becoming this toxic, salty person who is yelling over the microphone at the people on the other ends of their keyboards or on the other ends of their controllers, try to remember that these people are you. We are all one. They have feelings, they have opinions, they have people they care about, things they love, pets, monkeys, whatever. They have those things. They have the things that you have, even if they're different. So let that try to remember that, and let it be a warning that you shouldn't treat other people like that, no matter how angry you've gotten at the game. It's not their fault. It's just how they are. They're just having a bad day or a bad game or whatever. They're people. So are you. Point two, I'm slowly, I'm more and more by the day disagreeing with the design decisions behind the game, whether they be nerfs, buffs, whatever. The one that really sprung to my, the one that really sprung off this point two tangent is the Roadhog nerf, and I know it's been 2 or 3 months since, but I'm just before Doomfist came out, they nerfed Roadhog, so that he could no longer hook you and shoot you and you'll die when you have 200 health or below, or 250 health and below. I don't quite remember now. Now, I have 2 problems with this, right? The first problem, which is a minor problem, but it's minor compared to the second one anyway, is that the character was in lore like that. Like within the story's lore, the game's lore, the game's story, that's how Roadhog worked. Hooked him, shot him, hook him and cook him. That was the whole thing. That was his character trait. So to remove that is to remove part of the story and to retcon something that's not even a year old at the time that they nerfed him. So there's that, but then the point that really stickles my bickles is that what's his name, Jeff Kaplan, they released Doomfist a little bit after they nerfed Roadhog, and the Roadhog nerf was described by Jeff Kaplan as a necessary thing to do because people didn't like being one-shot killed. And I get that. That's an understandable point. That's an understandable nerf if you look at it that way. So then, why would you then release a hero who, if he charges his fist for about a second, if that, can one punch kill, I don't know how much of the roster, but equal amounts of the roster as Roadhog could, maybe even more, I'm not sure. You know, it's an asinine reason, and a reason given to placate people who played Roadhog, of which I was one. After that change, and that change happened either during or just before the anniversary, I really stopped liking the game. Because it was clear to me then that they're not designing the game around sound decisions, and they were designing the game around what fans said. And it's okay to take elements of what your fans say and design your game around it, but No, you should have a vision and you should stick to that vision. There's definitely wriggle room to allow your fans input and to take that input and put it into the game. I'm not saying that what everyone says is contentious in terms of the Roadhog nerf, but it becomes contentious when you cite that as your reason and then release a hero who goes against that citation. It's just a silly way to go about it. And point 3, which I've forgotten, but I'll stall for time. Point 3. What was point 1? Point 1 was spiritual and dying. Point 2 was the Roadhog nerf. Point 3. I got it. Point 3 isn't so much it's not as simple to get across as the first two, and it took me 10 minutes to get the first two across. I should have scripted this. So point 3 is that the game in my view is designed around the casual fan, except for when it isn't, and I'll expand. So I'll start. So they got rid of the one hook nerf shop thing due to casual fans and all that saying we don't like being one shot kill. So that's a decision based around casual fans, because I never heard anyone in anywhere above like the 2,500 level complaining about one shot kill, because when you get to about level 2,200, which is where I floated around in competitive competitive I forgot what they call it now, SR I think. After that you get quite good with your character at dodging Roadhog's hook, especially after they removed as they should have, as they got the line of sight hook thing in, which was a nerf but a needed one. It became quite easy to dodge his hooks, so everyone playing the game above the level 2000 could pretty decently dodge Roadhog's hook. But they're balancing the game around people who are playing the game once every couple of days for a couple of hours, or weekend players. They're designing the game around people who aren't really all that emotionally invested in the game. They're playing it on the weekends when they're not in work, or they're playing it when their kids are in bed after 7. That they're not too invested in the game. They're just playing it now and then, and there's no particular reason why. They could be playing anything else. They could be playing Fallout 4 or any other random terrible modern game. But no, they're playing that for whatever reason. I don't know why. It probably ruins their life like it did mine. So I've lost the point I was on. Roadhog nerf. So they've designed that Roadhog nerf around casual fans, but then introduce someone like Doomfist who does the same thing. They do all of these things that's sort of designed around people that only play the game 3 times a week, which is a weird way to design the game, because if you design the game around the people who play it for many times a week because they're a competitive player or they are someone who really loves the game, you design it around the fan base that will stick around, as opposed to the fan base that are playing it because there's no better game out at the minute. And by the way, there is, but these people are casual fans, and casual gamers know nothing about real games. You can tell because Ubisoft is still in production. So that they're designing it around casual fans, except for when they're not, and by that I mean they have this golden gun points system, which is in competitive, right? Now, I only ever played competitive when I did play the game. Maybe of the 5 times a week I would play the game, twice. So imagine how often casual fans of a game play it. Even semi-casual fans like me, how often we would play competitive. Because I don't think casual fans, like, they want to have a golden gun, but I finished last season at 2100, I believe, or something like that. And I opened up Overwatch this season to find that I only gained 400 competitive points for that, which is a ridiculously low number. That's stupid. Like, so not only do I not win many matches and therefore don't earn any competitive points whatsoever for I'd say about 40 to 50% of the games that I play, of which there aren't many anyway. When I do earn gold gun points, whatever they're called, it will never be nearly enough in about 3 seasons for me to even get a golden gun again. It's such an asinine way of rewarding someone for playing the game. I don't understand what their problem is with people getting golden guns. They're dropping skins as well and that sort of thing. The loot box has made it a bit better, but still, casual fans will get maybe 5 loot boxes a week, which means they're unlocking a skin a week. You know, I was barely unlocking 3. There's just so many ways that they've changed the game in the past year that it's just contentious and irritating and makes me nothing but angry. And I can't do that anymore. If there's anything I want you to take away from this video, it's that you shouldn't let yourself get to a point where you are getting angry, real, proper, bubbling anger at a game that's with a bad British caricature who's gay, a happy black man, and a big old German as its main characters. Like, you shouldn't be at the point where you're calling your friends idiots, you're yelling swear words down the mic at random other human beings, you're hurting the feelings of people who are trying their best to play a certain character, but for whatever reason they're just doing badly that match, and you're telling them to kill themselves. I'm telling them to kill themselves. I did it myself, and I can't do that anymore. That's just, I would rather die than do that to people anymore. I can't just operate like that. I don't want to be that person. But that's what that game did to me, and that's what that game does to so many others, and I reckon that's why there's a big outflux of people playing that game now. I reckon that's why so many people are leaving, because they've realised the same thing as me. DPS Stanky has stopped playing it. Colour Bastion, just a few days ago, as of recording this, quit too. There's so many people that are just quitting this game and playing it a lot less. DeFran, you know, I can't think of any other names, but I know there's more. Their names just aren't coming to my head. And I don't blame them. I saw what it was doing to me and I had to quit too. And if it's doing the same to you, I would implore that you quit also. It's something about that game brings out the absolute worst in me and it brings out the absolute worst in other people, and I don't want to be the absolute worst anymore. I can be better than that, and so I quit. I'm done. You're not going to see Overwatch from me on this channel anymore. You may see it from David, may see it from John, but you are definitely not seeing it from me. I have to quit. If you listen to that, you're an idiot. Like, why would you watch a 20-minute video of me just saying I hate the game and I hate myself? What's wrong with you? Go out and do something. Ugh.